Hey ladies and gentlemen, this is David Benjamin from healthywildandfree.com. Today I want to talk to you about hope and how hope can be something in your life that can be used in a positive and or in a negative way in your life. And I want to share with you a quick story that illustrates both sides of hope, the destructive, the positive and negative perspective and viewpoint of hope in your life, because I've been going through a lot of transitional changes in my life as of late. Within my work, I've basically decided to quit everything that I'm doing and focus 100% on Healthy, Wild, and Free, this YouTube channel, healthywildandfree.com, the Healthy, Wild, and Free podcast. And there's been a lot of unsure things within my life, income-wise, and just a lot of changes in movement. I'm living alone for the first time ever in my entire life very soon. And a lot of things are changing in my life that I'm kind of unsure about. So there's been a lot of times in my life where hope has been a big part of my life, meaning I've fueled off hope. My ambition was fueled off hope. My desires, goals, dreams, and aspirations were fueled off of hope. And hope was something that was a very large part of who I was, and I had a lot of hope for, hope for better, hope for this, hope for that. And my hope was very defined, meaning, in other words, the hope that I had expectations attached to it. And I was talking to my sister the other day on the phone, and my sister is going to school in Minneapolis, and I was just walking and talking, and I decided, I walk around every once in a while, just go for walks, just to kind of, walk, because walking is healthy, and I think it's one of the best things you can do for your health. And I was walking and talking to her, and I was kind of trash-talking hope. I thought, hope is a waste of time, it's just like, what is hope? It's like, it's empty, it's sort of meaningless. It's like, I hope for this, I hope for that, and it's just kind of like, what's the point of hoping? Hope is just it's very shallow, it's very wish-oriented, and I was basically telling my sister, hope doesn't matter that much, it's just whatever, and I just kind of was downplaying hope. And it was funny because as I was telling her this, we were talking about, life and catching up and how school was going and work, how, her work was going and what I'm doing and how life is going and just catching up, brother, sister, regular kind of seeing how each other is doing kind of thing. And as I continued walking and talking with her, I was walking and I just decided to walk another way. And I actually usually never walk that way. I usually walk in the neighborhoods just because it's quiet and peaceful, and it's kind of like, whatever. I live around neighborhoods and I just like to walk in those. And this time I decided to walk across the street, and it's more of like there's buildings over there, and it's more of a commercial area. And as I was walking over there, and I just kind of felt I should walk over there, I was walking and I looked on the ground and I found this, what's it called? I forget what they're called. They're in the fortune cookie things. I forget what they're called. Anyway, the little slips you pull out of fortune cookies. I found this on the ground, and I picked it up just because, why wouldn't you? I mean, it's there for a reason. And it says, hope is the most precious treasure to a person. And I list some lucky numbers. And I'm still on the phone with my sister, by the way, and I'll actually show you so you can see if you can. And I just stopped, and there's a lot of moments I have like this in my life where I have signs and synchronicities, and I just stop and I'm like, okay. And I'm on the phone with my sister, I pick this up and I look at it and I read it, and I read it to her, and I'm like, well, guess I was wrong. And I just laughed because the universe humbled me like immediately. Like, it was something that took a split second. I walked from one end of this building to the other end, and that conversation went from hope is whatever to hope is the most precious treasure to a person. So instead of trash talking hope and kind of doing whatever, I decided to view it a little bit differently and change my perspective on hope and to give it a second shot. Because I've had so much hope in my life, and I've been let down so many times within my personal life. I've been let down by very close personal friends. I've been let down by immediate family members. I've been let down by people and events and circumstances and situations. I've been let down in my work. I've been let down in living situations. I've been let down in my health. I mean, I've been let down in so many different ways. I've let myself down. I think we've all let ourselves down. And my hope just became hopeless. And the reason I kind of disowned hope, if you will, is because I let hope become hopeless, and I saw hope as hopeless. For me, hope equated to hopelessness because my hope had just become hopelessness over time. And it's never a good feeling or a good place to be in, to feel hopeless, because when you feel hopeless in your life, you don't have that internal spirit, that internal heart, that internal drive, that internal belief that things will get better. So I decided to disown my hopelessness and re-embrace hope again. And I started to kind of think about it and view it differently. And I actually looked up the definition of hope online. And the first definition of hope was the expectation that something would happen. And I read that and I thought, that's probably why I didn't like hope in the first place, because when you expect something to happen, when you look at something in your life, whatever it may be, and you have an expectation, that's external. I expect this to happen. I expect this career to go this way. I expect to make more money. I expect to, have this relationship work out this way. I expect, your expectations are not going to happen. That's just the way it is. They may or may not happen. You really don't know. That's the real truth. But your expectations are never going to happen exactly as you see. And our expectations are just ideas that we project onto the world, and they may or may not happen, but what ultimately happens is for our best and our highest good. So once you approach life with that understanding and that wisdom, it allows you to let go of the expectation and to embrace the second definition of hope, which is just simply a feeling of trust. Now, the first definition of hope is, this external expectation, but the second definition is a feeling of trust. And that feeling of trust is internal. That's a feeling of trust is something no one can take away from you, and it's not defined. A feeling of trust. That's a feeling of strength. That's a feeling of power. That's a feeling of everything is going to work out and everything is going to be okay. So I've decided to embrace the second definition of hope, which is just a feeling of trust. And that trust you have within yourself is a strength, it's a power, and it's something that it's a positive form of hope. Whereas the first definition of hope, a feeling or an expectation external to yourself, you can be let down over and over again, and that hope will turn into hopelessness, and then you just get what people would call false hope. And that's false hope. That hopelessness is false hope. So I would highly encourage you, if you feel hopeless in your life in any way, whether it's in a relationship, it's in your finances, or it's in your health, your well-being, if it's in your mind, body, or spirit, whatever level of your being you feel hopelessness in, I would highly encourage you to look at why you're hopeless in your life, or why you feel hopeless, and to redefine that in your life, because when you feel hopeless, there's a reason for that. It's because you've had expectations, and once you are let down from those expectations, you beat yourself up, you are hard on yourself, and then all this hopelessness and false hope just comes back like a revolving door and hits you even harder. And that can be a never-ending cycle that is full of a lot of pain and suffering, and you really don't need to have that in your life. So I would encourage you to embrace the second definition of hope, to feel trust, to feel strength, and just to trust, just to know and trust internally that everything will get better, everything will work out for your highest good. Whether you realize it at the time or not, everything works out for your highest good, and just have hope that that is the truth, because it is the truth, and just have hope in your life. So hope for a better year, hope for a better month, hope for a better week, hope for a better day, hope for a better minute. Start where you are, and where you are is going to change where you are going, because when you change where you are, and you're changing where you're going, step by step, day by day, minute by minute, day by day, week by week, month by month, year by year. So I hope for the best for you this holiday season. I hope for the best for you starting your new year. I hope for the best for your mind, for your body, and your spirit, and every level of your being and your health and your wellness and the expression of that in your life. And I'm here to support you. I'm very excited. I'm passionate about helping you reach your potential in your mind, your body, and your spirit. And I'm putting a lot of time, money, and energy into creating an environment on healthywildandfree.com that supports you in finding that hope, that positivity, that health, that well-being, and that vitality in your life again. So thank you so much for being a subscriber. Thank you so much for listening to this, because it's been something in my life that's been a bit of a learning lesson, and I just want to share that with you, and hope that it adds value to your life, and hope that you can share this message with someone else that needs hope in their life. So thank you so much. Please like, comment, favorite, and share this video below. Subscribe if you aren't already for future videos. And I hope to see you in the next video. Live healthy, wild, and free. Until then, have a great day. Bye.